Neil, a few days on from Friday night's game, how's the mood in the camp been this week?
Well, obviously, initially there was disappointment, losing the game and the manner of the goals that we conceded. Obviously, we've talked through that, and now we're fully focused on Ross County. Really important to show good character and play better. We didn't play well in the first half as well as we could have. Played pretty well in the second half, but I can't fault the players for their attitude in the second half. But we just lacked a little bit of belief in the final third.
In terms of Ross County, a bit of a managerial change over the weekend as well, so maybe difficult to know what's coming this weekend.
Yeah, it is. You're right. And obviously John Robertson's in there now, and they'll be looking for some sort of reaction. They haven't started the season well, but we know they're they're full of Premiership players, and it's a difficult game. Like I said, they've only taken I think a point from the first three games, but they'll still be a real dangerous opponent. There's no question of that. But all we can do is concentrate on ourselves, where we can go better, and obviously we're at home, and we want to play well and win the game.
Just before we spoke, we saw the announcement of Zach Grudden joining the club from Livingston. Just talk us through your latest addition.
Well, Zach's a very good striker at this championship level. He had a very good season in a team that struggled. Scored a lot of goals. Obviously he was at Livingston, but we were made aware that there may be an opportunity to get him, and we've taken that opportunity. And what he'll bring is, great work ethic, good running power, and hopefully goals. Because throughout his career, if you look at the level he's played at, he scored goals. He's got a good attitude, and we're delighted to have him on board.
As you say, recently joined Livingston, so it must be really pleasing from your point of view that players want to join the club and are buying into the ambition.
Yeah, absolutely. But we're doing it, step by step. We're not sort of trying to buy everything and buy the league. We're trying to do it organically, and we needed a striker. There's no question of that. We haven't brought one in. Obviously, Lewis McCann left and Michael O'Hanlon left, so it was important we added to the group of strikers that we had. And I think with his experience in this division, that he'll help the others around him as well, and obviously help himself to a few goals for us. So we're looking forward to seeing what he can contribute.
How's the general fitness of the rest of the group? If they all came through last Friday night's game, apart from Andy Todd, okay?
Yeah, well, apart from Andy, Andy's going to be out for the weekend, which is a blow to him and a blow to us. It was a horrendous challenge. The rest of the group are fine and ready for the game.
Since we spoke last week, we touched on the international call-ups. Since then, we've had a few more: Alphonse Amadi, Jeremiah Chilko-Mullen, Shea Kearney. You must be really pleased to see those guys getting called up.
Yeah, it's great for them as individuals. I know from my own experience, it's great to be called for your country. It means a lot, and it's great, profile for the club. And look, what we've got here is a young squad, and that's the way the philosophy behind the club is. We want to develop these players, but also, win at the same time. And all of a sudden, you likes of the players you've mentioned, on top of John Todd and Lucas Fife being called up for their respective age groups for Scotland. Yeah, it's really good, and obviously I want them to go, but I don't want them to get injured or hurt, because the priority still for me is Dunfermline. But yeah, we're very proud of everyone involved.
It does mean that next Saturday's game will be called off, but I guess that comes with the territory when you have international players in your squad.
Yeah, I think it's being moved pretty quickly though, and we're going to play it in a couple of weeks' time. So, I don't think there'll be too much disruption with that. And obviously, from a momentum point of view with the games, you're gonna miss that. So we've arranged a behind closed door game in that sort of particular week. But it can be a little bit frustrating from a club manager point of view. But the flip side of that is, the players are getting recognised now.
At home this weekend, and we've started the season really well here at KDM Group East End Park. So, want to just continue that good record here.
Yeah, and to the fans who come, I want them to make as much noise as possible. But that's down to the players. We've got to create the atmosphere for the supporters, and we want to make this a difficult place for teams to come. And you want that sort of, connection between the players and the fans. So yeah, the pitch is good. We're looking forward to the game. It's very early in the season. Once the window shuts, everyone can take a breath, and then we can work with the the squad of players that we have. But yeah, we're very excited about what's ahead of us.